Troubling new COVID-19 projections coming from federal health officials today. The latest national modeling shows a steep increase in the number of reported COVID-19 cases in the final stretch of 2020. This as restrictions slowly increase in areas of the country. But Dr. Theresa Tam says more needs to be done to bend the curve, asking Canadians to reduce contacts by 25%. This graph shows Public Health Canada's long-range forecast for COVID-19 cases. According to the modeling, if Canadians increase or even just maintain our current number of contacts, the virus will resurge with daily cases potentially hitting or exceeding 8,000 by the end of the year. But the blue line shows what could happen if we reduce our number of contacts by 25%, a sharp drop in cases. Dr. Tam says the 25% reduction includes both individual and community efforts, which means further closures and restrictions where necessary.
Individual practices include limiting our everyday contacts to as few people as possible, given personal, family, and essential responsibilities.
So when you're thinking of seeing people outside your household, ask yourself, is this absolutely necessary?
Also among the data released today, a snapshot of where Canada stands when it comes to tracking the spread of the virus.
Labs across Canada are testing at a high rate, with about 75,000 persons being tested daily. However, worryingly, we are seeing that the percentage of people testing positive is continuing to rise across the country. Currently, the average percent positivity is approaching 4% nationally.
An increase in positivity rates despite an increase in testing indicates that the virus continues to spread. The incidence rate remains highest for those 40 and under, but is also rising among seniors who are at the highest risk for complications. And though hospitalizations are also on the rise nationally, the number in hospital still remains below the highest number seen in the first wave, a number Dr. Tam says may be attributed to more younger people being infected with the virus. All this to say that Canadians must remain vigilant in keeping their contacts as low as possible.
Seeing the situation is frustrating. I know that it's hard, but it is temporary. If we work together, cases will go down again.
Now, looking ahead to the holidays, we know many people will want to be celebrating with family. Dr. Tam said, of course, big parties, they're off the table. But she didn't rule out very small family gatherings, provided that you follow the usual safety protocols. That means physical distancing, masks, and proper hand hygiene. She did also note that different areas of the country have different infection rates, so that's something to consider. And you'll also have to consider whether you have vulnerable family members who are at higher risk of complications. In that case, it may not be worth it. In Toronto, Natividad, CityNews.